In the cold, sterile corridors of Research Station Omega-7, June Park stood motionless, his eyes fixed on the metallic fragment that would change everything humanity thought they knew about their place in the universe. The artifact was nothing special at first glance, a small, weathered piece of metal no larger than a human palm. Its surface bore intricate patterns that seemed to shift and dance under different lighting conditions. June's fingers traced the edges, feeling a subtle vibration that made the hair on his arms stand up. 3 days earlier, the research team had discovered the fragment buried deep within geological layers of a remote exoplanet. Most of his colleagues had dismissed it as another piece of space debris, but something about this particular artifact nagged at June's intuition. The scanning equipment hummed to life. Initial readings confused the monitoring systems. Quantum sensors flickered erratically, unable to compute the strange energy signatures emanating from the small metallic piece. June watched as digital displays showed impossible data streams, technological markers that didn't match any known civilization's blueprints. "This doesn't make sense," he muttered, adjusting the scanners multiple times. The artifact seemed to pulse with an internal rhythm, almost like a heartbeat. Its composition defied current scientific understanding. Microscopic analysis revealed molecular structures that seemed to adapt and change, suggesting a level of technological sophistication far beyond current galactic standards. Nearby, his research assistant Mira Chen observed the readings with growing excitement. "The quantum resonance is unlike anything we've ever seen," she whispered, her hands moving rapidly across the holographic interface. June's mind raced with possibilities. Every scan, every analysis pointed to something extraordinary. The fragment suggested the existence of a technological civilization that could manipulate matter and energy at fundamental levels. A civilization that seemed to have deliberately hidden its existence. The station's communication system crackled to life. "Dr. Park, we need you in the primary analysis chamber immediately," a stern voice announced. As he walked through the station's sterile white corridors, June couldn't shake the feeling that they were on the brink of something monumental. The artifact, now carefully secured in a quantum-shielded container, seemed to vibrate with anticipation. The primary analysis chamber was a marvel of technological engineering. Advanced holographic projectors surrounded a central examination platform, capable of dissecting and analyzing objects at molecular and quantum levels. As June placed the artifact onto the platform, the entire room seemed to hold its breath. Initial holographic representations began to form. Strange symbols and complex geometric patterns emerged, revealing glimpses of technological schematics that defied current scientific understanding. The images suggested technology so advanced that it bordered on what some would call magical. "These are no ordinary technological markers," Mira said, her voice trembling with excitement. "This looks like a message, a deliberate communication." June's scientific training fought against the wild theories forming in his mind. Yet, the evidence was undeniable. Whatever civilization had created this artifact had capabilities that made current galactic technologies look primitive by comparison. The fragment began to emit a soft, pulsing light. Not harsh or aggressive, but rhythmic and almost intelligent. It was as if the artifact was analyzing them just as they were analyzing it. "We need to inform the Galactic Research Council," June said, his voice steady despite the excitement building inside him. "This changes everything we understand about technological evolution." As night fell over the research station, the artifact continued its mysterious pulse. Outside the station's reinforced windows, distant stars seemed to watch, holding their own secrets. June Park knew they had discovered something extraordinary, a fragment that promised to unravel the very understanding of technological advancement, civilization, and humanity's hidden potential. Little did he know, this was just the beginning of a discovery that would reshape everything humans thought they knew about their place in the universe. The artifact waited, patient and silent, holding secrets that would soon challenge the fundamental understanding of technological existence. The quantum decryption lab buzzed with nervous energy. "Hana." Kim stared at the screen, her fingers dancing across holographic interfaces as she attempted to crack the artifact's complex encryption. Lines of code twisted and transformed, resisting her every attempt to break through. Days had passed since June Park's initial discovery, and the research team had been working non-stop. The artifact's encryption was unlike anything they had ever encountered. Traditional decryption algorithms crumbled like paper against its advanced protective layers. "This isn't normal encryption," Hannah muttered to herself. Each layer she peeled back revealed more complexity, more mystery. The coding seemed to be alive, shifting and adapting with each probing attempt. Her computer screens flickered with impossible patterns. Mathematical sequences that shouldn't exist ran through the system, leaving traces of something profound and deeply hidden. The artifact was fighting back, protecting its secrets with an intelligence that seemed almost sentient. Dr. Park approached, watching Hannah's intense concentration. "Anything?" he asked, knowing the answer before she could respond. Hannah shook her head. "It's like the encryption is alive. Every time I think I've found a pattern, it changes. These aren't just protective codes. This is something else entirely." A breakthrough came unexpectedly. During a routine system scan, a single fragment of data burst through. A millisecond of information that made both researchers freeze. The brief glimpse revealed technological schematics so advanced they seemed impossible. The fragment suggested a civilization with capabilities beyond current scientific understanding. Quantum manipulation, energy control, and technological integration that made current human technology look like primitive tools. "Look at this," Hannah said, zooming in on a complex geometric pattern. The design wasn't just a technological blueprint. It was a message, carefully constructed to reveal itself only under specific conditions. The research station became a hive of activity. Scientists from various disciplines gathered, each bringing their expertise to decode the mysterious artifact. Theories flew back and forth. Was this evidence of an advanced alien civilization, or something more complicated? As night fell, Hannah continued her work. The lab's artificial lighting cast long shadows, creating an atmosphere of mystery and anticipation. Her computer systems worked overtime, quantum processors pushing themselves to the absolute limit. Suddenly, a breakthrough, a complete data segment, emerged, revealing a series of coordinates and a fragment of what appeared to be a historical record. The information was fragmented but clear enough to send shockwaves through the research team. The coordinates pointed to a location deep in uncharted space. The historical fragment suggested something incredible, a civilization that had deliberately hidden its existence, not out of fear but as part of a carefully planned strategy. "This changes everything," Dr. Park whispered, studying the newly decrypted information. The fragment suggested that humanity might have a history far more complex than anyone had ever imagined. Hannah's hands trembled as she continued working. Each decryption attempt revealed more questions than answers. The artifact seemed to be playing a game, revealing just enough to intrigue but not enough to fully understand. By morning, the research team had compiled their initial findings. The artifact was more than just a technological relic. It was a carefully constructed message waiting decades, perhaps centuries, to be discovered. The galactic research community would soon be thrown into chaos. This discovery challenged everything they understood about technological development, civilization, and humanity's place in the universe. As sunlight began to fill the research station, Hannah looked at the artifact. It sat quietly, almost innocently, holding secrets that could rewrite the entire understanding of human history. "What are you trying to tell us?" she whispered, knowing the artifact held answers to questions nobody had yet thought to ask. The fragment remained silent, its encrypted, memories waiting to be fully understood, a testament to a civilization that had mastered the art of hiding in plain sight, leaving behind just enough clues to spark curiosity. "Would you like me to expand on any part of this section or provide more context about the encrypted memories?" The research facility went silent when Dong-Hyuk Lee projected the first complete historical record. What they discovered would change everything humans understood about their cosmic role. The holographic display showed fragments of humanity's hidden history, not as conquerors or explorers, but as careful guardians of galactic evolution. The records revealed a civilization that had made an extraordinary choice to hide their true potential and guide other species from the shadows. Centuries ago, humans possessed technology that could manipulate fundamental universal laws. They could create entire planetary ecosystems, stabilize solar systems, and influence the development of emerging civilizations. But instead of expanding or conquering, they chose a different path. "We were more than just a species," Dong-hyuk muttered, studying the intricate data streams. "We were architects of cosmic balance." The protocol was beautifully complex. Humans had systematically reduced their own technological capabilities, creating elaborate misdirections to protect emerging life forms. They understood that direct intervention could destroy the delicate balance of galactic evolution. Fragments of records showed how humans had secretly guided multiple alien civilizations. Not through direct contact, but through subtle technological nudges, carefully planted information, and strategic interventions that appeared completely natural. A particular record caught Dong-hyuk's attention. It described a moment when humans could have easily conquered the entire galaxy. Instead, they chose to withdraw, leaving behind only minimal traces of their existence. The research team watched in stunned silence. Each revelation challenged everything they thought they knew about human history. This wasn't a story of conquest, but of profound responsibility. The Guardian's protocol had multiple layers. Humans had created technological safeguards that would activate only when specific cosmic conditions were met. They had planted seeds of potential development across multiple star systems, waiting for the right moment of emergence. They didn't just protect, one researcher whispered. They were creating a framework for future galactic civilization. Detailed analysis showed how humans had prevented multiple potential extinction events for emerging species. They had stabilized unstable planetary cores, redirected potentially destructive asteroid trajectories, and created subtle genetic interventions that would help species survive challenging environmental conditions. The most shocking revelation was the level of strategic planning. Humans had mapped potential galactic evolutionary paths thousands of years in advance. Each intervention was calculated with mathematical precision, ensuring minimal disruption while maximizing potential. Dong-hyuk discovered a final encrypted message. It spoke of humanity's ultimate goal, to create a balanced, interconnected galactic civilization that could eventually understand its own potential. "We are not conquerors," the message read. "We are gardeners of potential." The research station buzzed with excitement and confusion. This wasn't the history of humanity they had been taught. This was a story of extraordinary sacrifice, of a species that had chosen to become invisible to protect the greater cosmic ecosystem. As dawn broke, casting soft light across the research facility, Dong-hyuk realized they had uncovered something profound. Humanity wasn't weak for choosing to hide. They were stronger for understanding the delicate balance of cosmic evolution. The Guardian's protocol represented the most sophisticated form of cosmic management ever conceived, not through force, but through careful, almost invisible guidance. "We were never alone," Dong-hyuk said quietly. "We were always watching, always protecting." The artifact continued to pulse softly, a silent witness to a history that was about to be rewritten. Humanity's greatest strength wasn't their technology, but their wisdom to know when not to use it. Outside the research station, distant stars seemed to shimmer with a newfound understanding. The universe had been holding its breath, waiting for this moment of revelation. Dong-hyuk knew that nothing would be the same after this discovery. The Guardian's protocol was more than a historical record. It was a blueprint for cosmic responsibility. The Galactic Council chamber erupted in chaos. Yan Choi stood at the center, her diplomatic training tested like never before. The revelation about humanity's hidden role had transformed a routine meeting into a potential interstellar powder keg. Alien representatives from 12 different star systems stared in disbelief. Holographic displays showed fragments of human, technological capabilities, abilities that made their most advanced systems look like primitive toys. "We cannot allow this information to spread," growled Krell, the Orion Confederation representative. His tentacle-like appendages trembled with a mix of fear and anger. Humans have been manipulating galactic evolution without our knowledge. Sungmin. Kang, head of research security, watched the proceedings carefully. He understood the delicate balance that was about to be disrupted. Humanity's carefully constructed invisibility was crumbling with each passing moment. The Andromeda Coalition's representative raised a critical point. They prevented multiple species extinctions, she stated, her voice calm against the rising tension. We are alive because of their interventions. Political fractures began to appear. Some alien civilizations saw humans as a potential threat. Others viewed them as unexpected saviors. The room divided into increasingly heated factions, with diplomatic tensions rising by the second. Jan understood the stakes. One wrong move could trigger an interstellar incident that might destroy the delicate peace humans had carefully maintained for centuries. A holographic projection revealed specific instances of human intervention: a dying star system saved, a planetary ecosystem restored, genetic mutations prevented. Each revelation showed a level of technological sophistication that was both terrifying and miraculous. They could have conquered us, one representative whispered. But they chose to protect instead. Security protocols went into maximum alert. Multiple star systems began mobilizing defensive capabilities, unsure whether to treat humans as potential allies or existential threats. Sungmin's communication systems intercepted multiple encrypted messages. Some alien governments were preparing covert missions to find hidden human settlements. Others sought diplomatic channels to understand this unexpected revelation. The most shocking discovery was yet to come. Evidence suggested that humans might still exist in carefully hidden colonies, watching and waiting. They hadn't disappeared. They had simply chosen to remain invisible. We are not seeking conflict, Yeon argued, her diplomatic skills pushed to their absolute limit. We are offering understanding. Political tensions reached a breaking point. The Galactic Council was moments away from a decision that could reshape interstellar relationships forever. Suddenly, a mysterious transmission interrupted the proceedings. Encrypted using technologies no current civilization could comprehend. The message was brief but profound. We are still here. We are watching. We will protect. The transmission disappeared as quickly as it had arrived, leaving behind a stunned silence. Alien representatives looked at each other, realizing that everything they understood about galactic civilization had just been fundamentally challenged. Sungmin noticed something else. The transmission's technological signature suggested it came from multiple locations simultaneously, a demonstration of capabilities beyond current understanding. Yeon recognized this as a strategic move. Humans were sending a message. We are capable, we are watching, but we mean no harm. The Galactic Council stood at a crossroads. Accept this new understanding or resist the paradigm shift that was about to reshape everything they knew about technological evolution. Outside the council chamber, distant star systems continued their eternal dance, unaware that their entire history was being rewritten in this single moment of confrontation. Humanity's greatest weapon was not its technology, but its ability to remain patient, strategic, and fundamentally committed to protecting the delicate balance of cosmic life. The confrontation was just beginning, and its consequences would echo through generations of galactic civilization. Ji-un. Park's hands trembled as the final encryption layer dissolved. The message that emerged would change everything humans understood about their cosmic purpose. The quantum communication system hummed with an intensity that seemed almost alive. Decades of research had prepared the team for this moment, but nothing could truly prepare them for what they were about to discover. The message was beautiful in its simplicity. Humanity had not been a civilization of conquerors or explorers. They were architects of cosmic balance, silent guardians who understood the delicate fabric of universal evolution. Fragments of the transmission revealed a history more complex than anyone could have imagined. Humans had the capability to manipulate, Entire solar systems create planetary ecosystems and guide the development of intelligent life. But they chose a path of careful, almost invisible protection. "We are not masters," the message read. "We are gardeners of potential." Detailed records showed how humans had prevented countless extinction events. They had subtly guided the genetic development of multiple species, created technological safeguards, and maintained a delicate balance that most civilizations couldn't even comprehend. The most shocking revelation was the reason behind their self-imposed isolation. Humans understood that direct intervention could destroy the natural evolution of intelligent life. They had chosen to watch, to protect, but never to control. Quantum data streams revealed strategic interventions spanning thousands of years. A dying star system saved here. A potentially destructive asteroid redirected there. Genetic mutations prevented. All done with such precision that no civilization ever realized they were being protected. Jion realized this was more than just a historical record. It was a philosophy of cosmic responsibility. The transmission contained coordinates, hidden human settlements that had been maintaining their guardianship for centuries. These were not isolated colonies, but carefully positioned observation points scattered across multiple star systems. "We are still here," the final part of the message confirmed. Watching, protecting, waiting. Outside the research facility, the universe seemed to hold its breath. Distant stars shimmered with a newfound understanding. Researchers worked frantically to process the information. Each decrypted segment challenged everything they thought they knew about human history. This wasn't a story of technological superiority, but of profound cosmic wisdom. The message suggested that humans could return at any moment, not as conquerors, but as guides. They had been preparing other civilizations for a moment of collective understanding. Political implications were staggering. Multiple alien governments would soon learn that their entire history had been subtly shaped by human interventions. Some would fear this revelation. Others would find hope in it. Ji-un understood the weight of this moment. Humanity's greatest strength was not their technology, but their ability to see the broader picture of cosmic evolution. A final encrypted segment revealed the ultimate purpose. Humans were preparing the galaxy for a future where civilizations could coexist, understand each other, and evolve together. "We are not separate," the message concluded. "We are all part of something greater." The research team sat in stunned silence. They had uncovered a truth that would reshape everything humans understood about their place in the universe. Outside, the first light of dawn began to break. It felt like the universe itself was awakening to a new understanding. Humanity had never truly disappeared. They had been watching, protecting, guiding, waiting for the right moment to reveal their true purpose. The ultimate revelation was simple yet profound. We are not alone. We never were. As the message's final echoes faded, Ji-un knew nothing would ever be the same. The cosmos had just shared its most incredible secret. Humanity's story was far from over. In many ways, it was just beginning.